In 2801, the friendly robot company unveiled their latest invention, a machine inspired by jolly old Saint Nick and built to Yuletide specifications. Being able to deliver 5 megapresents per second, its body crafted of heat-resistant alloys, and its head built with paradox-absorbing crumple zones. Its internal processors were capable of performing over 50 megachecks of its naughty or nice list per second. In short, Robo Santa is an incredibly durable and efficient machine. It was meant to judge whether people had been naughty or nice, like the mythical, or what some may term semi-mythical figure of the past, distribute presents and punishments accordingly. Whether by error, temporal hijinks, or intentionally so, Robo Santa's naughty or nice sensor standards were set far too high, and as a direct result, he deemed the vast majority of the people on Earth as naughty, needing to be punished with extreme prejudice. In the aftermath of what can be presumed a disastrous first Xmas, Santa had established for himself a fortress and industrial base on the North Pole of Neptune, from which he watches and judges all the people of the Earth with a vast and imperceptible network of cameras. Watches for the most minor of infractions to deem them naughty. Everything from muggings, refusing to hand over your money to a mugger, to scratching your nose. All are actions worthy of a maiming, if not death. The factory at the base of his fortress sits idle, and in its shadow lies the shanty town of Jolly Junction, home to innumerable Neptunian laborers, a hollow town where they try to eke out a living, generations stunted by hunger and held in a bondage of fear for their mechanical overlord. Each year, Santa rides forth on his sleigh, ready to punish the naughty, utilizing any number of tools or weapons shaped in the visage of Xmas. And yet, for each year he has done so, he has failed to root out those needing to be punished, perhaps stemming from his inefficient means of dealing death, or perhaps it's merely the time constraint, being restricted to only engage in such punitive measures for one day a year, granting the Earthican people 364 days of peace. And yet few, if any, have stood against this merry mechanical monstrosity. Perhaps in those early years attempts were made, but over the course of decades and centuries, it seems Santa's yearly reign of terror has become not only tolerated, but an accepted tradition. And though many may scoff at the notion, his yearly slayings have come to promote the very meaning of Xmas, that in their fear of imminent death, people gather together to take comfort in their family and friends. In the early 31st century, Robo Santa's yearly operations would be disrupted, first being temporarily incapacitated and replaced by a fraudulent robot Santa who tried to give out presents but found an unreceptive world. And perhaps more significantly, in the year 3007, when scammers displaced the population of Earth to Neptune, and still more importantly to Robot Santa, duped him out of his list. Left without purpose and unsure who to kill, he worked together with the peoples of Earth to defeat these scammers, before invariably returning to his programmed task, gunning down those caught on Xmas Eve, inflicting mayhem and murder on a near mythical scale. Always remember, he sees you when you're sleeping, He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.